when you get into the workplace now, like it's a different world. These are grown professionals, and they're serious about their shit. Like.
And that's their life.
It's their life. It's their like they depend on this job to support their family, innit?
Yeah.
So any little fuck up when you first come into the workplace, they're gonna look at that. They're gonna be easy on you at first, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a given. But over time, like you need to be on your grind. And that just comes with a 9 to 5, right? Like you gotta be on it. And there's a lot of pressures in the workplace, and you just have to be mentally prepared for it, really.
Yeah, like I know in my job, right, it was like 8 to 5 we were working, right? 5 o'clock we finish. I'm thinking, well, what's going on? Nobody gets up. Everybody's still there, still making trades, still doing stuff. Nobody gets up. And I remember, like, I started getting into that habit, and I was like, I'm not enjoying this. Like people are here till like 7 o'clock just working. I remember one time, where were you? Like, you were in Afro Nation. You FaceTimed me. I was in the office. I was in the office. I was stressed.
Oh, that was the best thing there.
I was stressed. Like, it's one of them things with the workplace. Yeah, like as you guys were saying, like people are serious there, and they will not hesitate to throw you under the bus because you got to remember this is their lives.
Skin.
Yeah,
but.
Life on the line.
Does one have to be like that? Do you have to, like, I was talking to my sister about this. Do you have them type of cats? Do they really have to do that to save their own skin? Why have you got to be that snake? Like, it's not, you got to remember mistakes.
There's a bonus. Like, there's a bonus. Yeah. And there's money in companies.
They'll do you for that.
Yeah, they'll do you for that. There's money that you don't even know exists. I remember when I went to my job, yeah.
That's real.
There's money in this that you don't
for
see,
these youngers.
bruv. Yeah,
tell them.
Yeah,
tell them the youngers.
Yeah, the youngers. No, like, and first thing when I say, when you go into a job, right, and you look at the salary cap, like kind of cap, like they say it's between this to between that. When you go in, no matter how scared you are, no matter where you come from, pick the highest number. Because I remember I picked like. I came in, I was like, I don't really have that much experience. Let me try and be reasonable, right?
Yeah.
So I picked like a middle number. They said, all right, cool. They even gave me $1,000 extra over it. So I thought, man, boss, innit? I went in and then we were all chilling at work drinks. They were like, we were just chatting. I know it's not good to talk about like your pay, innit? But we were just chatting and they were like, so like, what's your salary? I told them, bruv. Should have seen their face. I couldn't believe my eyes, bruv. But they were just like, "Is that what you picked?"
Well, like Liverpool,
Liverpool Street. Yeah, I couldn't believe they were like, they couldn't believe I picked that. They're like, "Why did you pick that?" I was like, because I was trying to be reasonable. They're like, "No. When you go, pick the highest number because there's money in this thing that you will never ever see. So if you're committed to the finance world, like when you go in there, like you have to believe in yourself. Don't come in there like, this makes sense. Let me do something convenient for the company. You're here for yourself." Honestly. Like they rate people that pick the higher number because they think that you're more serious on your grind. If you pick like a middle number or a lower number, they just think that you don't really know yourself and your quality of work probably wouldn't be that good anyway. Yeah. That's what they use that. That's how they treat you even more like a waste man. They make you do the harder work because they think that you don't know what you want. Like you're just a workhorse in this. You're a workhorse. People in the corporate world are here to be efficient. Like so the less work that they can do, the better. They'll give you the stupid task where you have to look through like 150 Excel like figures and pick out something in it.
Yeah, and they'll make sure that they're doing the reporting for it.
Yeah. So
report done by XX, obviously them.
Yeah, your name is not going to come up in that. So yeah, if you're just in the working world, like just make sure that you believe in yourself and you're confident in what you do.
So there's the skill set part, and then there's also like working with people.
Yeah,
that's very underrated. Like being able, the skill set to being able to work with people. Like it doesn't matter what their personality is like. You got to be able to just adapt and be able to work with different personalities. Because if you're able to work with anyone, then you'll go far. Yeah,
when they say go for drinks, bro. that's where most of the promotions happen. That's true. Where most of the stuff happens. Go for drinks. Why do you think I'm
doing this?
Go for drinks, bro. Like even if you don't drink, but I feel like even if you don't drink, just go there for vibes and say I don't drink. But if you do, I'm going home. Like that's not really my thing. You'll find out that when it's time for redundancies, your name was the first one and no one backed it.
And also, if you're like, say if you're not a drinker because of religious purposes, still go for a drink. Go and get juice. Do you know what I mean? When you go out with your friends, you have a good. Do you know what I mean? I've seen people doing on that for that reason, and they're just bare anti in it. I'm not gonna lie, like vibes dead. Like don't be that person. It's not
like you're stepping into their world, so you have to make sure you play by their rules. As much as you probably don't like them, but that's where most of the proper conversations happen. They tell you what they really think about you. They're They don't tell you what
True.
they think about you in the
And
office.
others and the company, they'll tell you about the ins and what's happening.
Word.
What you find out.
That's-
The
that's
juicy
true.
news.
Yeah, so you need
That's
to
true,
you need to
true.
make sure if this is something that you want to do in the
Yeah.
corporate world, make sure that like you're confident in yourself when you go there. This is what you want, and I feel like it's hard to know what your worth is as a uni student, like how much you can command in the. Like I don't know how much I'm worth right now. I know I've got a degree, like, but how much are you worth? Like, what salary would you not accept?
It depends.
Yep.
You know, it depends. Like some people will have to take a pay cut for, you know, in this pandemic. Like it depends.
Yeah.
But what would you take? Like,
After don't say your number because
Yeah, of course not. That's
don't say your number.
personal. Like I would even put my hands up. I had to take a pay cut.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm still earning, but I haven't got. I've got other incomes, and I haven't got. And don't have a. Try not to only have one income. So the pay cut wasn't that deep. But it's like, obviously, you have a long term goal of what you want to do at your time there, and how you're going to level up. So that for now, I can still do with a bit more experience. I'm not annoyed, but what I'm doing right, I've got other stuff going on. So it's just something there, but obviously, it's a case of where because I'm half-hearted with it, it's like that kind of reflection of performance. So it's a balance. It's a balance. I guess you've got to balance it.
Yeah. Have you guys been to any Christmas parties?
Oh yeah.
You've seen some stuff.
Yeah, no, I think my first ever corporate Christmas party, yeah, I've been a bit wild. Mistakenly, innit? And I got drunk as hell.
Oh, no.
Boy.
Free bar.
And I was flopping all over the place. It was mad. I didn't even know how I got back to my hotel room.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it was all paid for, so it was all good. And like, you know, when there's a free bar, you just go crazy.
yeah.
Like,
Trust.
it was my first ever free bar, and so I went crazy. But
Was it?
yeah.
This is before Napa.
Yeah. Before all of that,
Are you counting up as a free? Wait, was there a free bar?
Oh yeah, it was we paid for it though. Innit?
I don't remember this.
Paid.
You don't remember
the
this?
free bar and holiday. But nah, yeah, I went a bit crazy, and then it was good because it was a slightly smaller company anyway, and like people were free willed and like they were just open anyway. So luckily it didn't come back and bite me in the ass. But I was all over the place, and then the next day everyone was just making fun of me, and it was all banter in it. So it actually built relationships more with people because now that they seem I'm quite open, then they can be more open with me.
Yeah. Like my first ever Christmas party, I realized, wow, people actually network here because we organized a Christmas party. There was loads of funds and loads of clients in there, and I realized like people are drinking, but some people are really out here taking pictures, trying to get jobs. I was like, fam, what is happening? Like, no.
Yeah, but no, Christmas parties again is another way to network with people in your company.
Yeah.
So like spend half of it networking, getting to know people more. Especially like with those higher up, that's a good like opportunity to talk with people like managers and directors and all that. But yeah, and then spend part of the party having fun and just have fun.
You need to show that you're fun, but you also know what you're doing. Like you're not here just to vibes. Yeah, because the directors came over from America for our Christmas party. It was just kind of talking to them. They're like, oh yeah, we've got an office there. If you ever feel like you want to switch, I was thinking, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Like, I was like, where'd you need me? And the salary in America is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Pay big.
They pay big over there.
Pay big in dollars, man.
Big dollars. No.
Yeah.
build some big mansions as well.
Trust me.
So, aside from the work culture, I know we're all kind of living in London right now. How do you feel about London as a whole? Like, do you actually like I mean, I know most of you guys kind of live there your whole life, but how do you feel about London? Because I don't think London is all that it's cut out to be. Like, everyone makes London like the holy grail. People up north is like, I want to come London. Everybody wants to come to London, and you come in here, like you move from your mum and dad's house to come and live in like a shared accommodation, paying £800.
Man.
£800 of your own money, just living in London. Like, you got to pay for train, you got to pay for congestion charge. London, I just feel like, no wonder everybody's so angry in London. Like, you don't even have money, fam. You don't have money. How do you guys feel about London as a whole? Like,
Okay, me first.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm from Dagenham as well, so I'm from Essex. No, but now I'm joking. Alright, cool. Now there's red buses in my town.
Is that?
Outside.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, 173, 287, 175. You know.
To be honest, we got trams, innit? So we can't really talk about
No, you man, I got trams. Yeah, but you got red buses.
We've got,
Yeah,
we've got red
come on,
buses
come
and
on.
trams. Yeah.
Okay, Amsterdam vibes.
I might have to stand outside East Croydon and just be.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
That is lit. See a couple of bicycles. But yeah, London's. Obviously, I grew up here. I'll say, because I went to college in Tottenham, that was kind of lit because I got the kind of London vibe. and chilling with a. Let's pause it because of the sirens.
See, that's London for you, innit?
That's London, bro. That's London. This wouldn't happen up north.
Bit mad still, but yeah. So in North, I went, met a few peeps there, a few more bedrooms I got today, which is good. But been going out here is calm. Like I'll say, obviously before this pandemic, like going out to bars and clubs with my peoples.
Yeah,
that was good. I can't lie. But in terms of like just restaurants and that, it gets boring afterwards. Obviously I like going to restaurants and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but there's not what else is there to it. Do you know what I mean? Everything's overpriced. There's other things as well, even in the UK.
Word.
Do you know what I mean? I spent some time in Bristol. That was good. There's spots like, what can I say? What else can you guys say? That there's other spots in the UK even.
Birmingham's got good spots. Like, I mean, it's only the city centre, but Birmingham's got good spots. Like, Birmingham's got good spots.
Yeah, Birmingham, Manchester's got good spots. Even Liverpool, kinda.
Any like countryside or like little.
Swindon, I mean.
Exeter's alright.
Swindon's got like, it depends what you want.
Yeah,
because London's good, like as you're saying, for going out. But I feel like in terms of living in London, quality of life, like how many of us actually how much do you have a park like close by? You don't have an actual park. Like imagine if you had kids, right, and your kids want it, like, and you're living in a flat, like they're not going nowhere.
You can't go nowhere, man.
But it's true. Like, I live in Dagenham, so I don't have that experience.
Yeah,
I've got a partner to man, but the way how you guys live, I've seen it. Like, and most London people live. Like they're going out, just going to the shops to get some snacks, and then they're going back to their to their blocks. It's like, their apartment. Obviously, apartment it'll be nice and comfy, but it's like, come on, man. Sometimes you want to be in the garden, moving around and stuff. You kind of live. You weren't even before this lockdown. You actually weren't even active in the sense. You weren't even moving. If you're just staying on like the 8th floor and stuff, you're paying a lot of rent or even a high mortgage.
But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of pros and cons to living in London. So for me, the main pro for London was like culturally and like, even the food. Like you mentioned food, right? The food scene in London is you're not appreciating it enough because you moved to Bristol, right? You're in Bristol for 3 years.
Yeah.
There's not that many spots.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When you're trying to hit spots, like even I don't go out too. I'm not. What sometimes I like to go out as well. When I'm trying to hit spots like in Bristol, you struggled.
Exactly.
Even those like little, not even that, little takeaways and stuff. Sometimes you
chicken and chips, even chicken and chips.
Chicken and chips and
there's nothing there.
There was nothing.
Only Caribbean.
You had to go down Gloucester Road to get chicken and chips,
and it's not even good. And it's not even good.
But
that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, like culturally as well, like it's very diverse in London, and like we take that for granted. I think because again, moving to Bristol, it was a culture shock for me. Like I didn't like the first 2-3 months in Bristol because I thought, there's nothing, there's no coloured people here, and I felt out of place, innit? And I wanted to just drop out of uni, but I think culturally and the food scene for me is quite a big thing because I want diversity, even though the UK is not great for food, like it's just fish and chips really. But like you get different like cultures coming to London.
Make it,
Whereas like if you're, for example, like if you're in, I don't know, if you go to Asia, it's just mainly Asian food. Like they don't really go out and do other like cultures of food. Like if you go to Mexico, it's just pure like mainly Mexican food, isn't it? So like London, there's a whole big diversity of everything. But again, the cons is like the cost. It is expensive to be in London. Just to even be here, it is expensive. Salary's a little bit higher, but again it doesn't coincide with like the living costs of being in London, and it just keeps getting more and more
because cost of living's going up and wages are still kind of staying exactly the same, which is just a bit like, well, what's the point? Because you got to deep it. Like let's say your salary is 1.5, like 1.5 a month, right?
After tax,
give or take tax, right? You're living in a house share, 700 minimum. You're probably going to spend. You got a car, 300. You got to do like food shopping. Now imagine, like, why wouldn't you just screw your face on the train? Why wouldn't you be angry? Because it's just like
every day you got to come in and you got to be with people you don't like.
Parking.
No, you know what? Like, I've always like, because I lived in Manchester before, so that was a big culture shock. Like, you just kind of get used to it. Like, there's more of them than there is of us. But like, Manchester's Manchester in it. So coming to London, I was excited. I was like, I'm coming to London. London's sick. But like living in London for like a year or two, I was like, I don't like it here. I don't like it here, but you talking about the culture, I'm just like, I didn't even take that into consideration because if you move back, you're actually on your own once again.
You feel the difference.
Yeah, you got to weigh up. So I think maybe like
if you're thinking of moving to London, just do like
the city's big though.
Yeah, it's big. It's a cost.
Big,
you just got to do a cost benefit analysis.
Well, like you just pick what you want. Yeah,
everyone's different, and everyone has their own circumstances. So
I think the the smart option for me would be just to move just outside of London. So we'll do Kent or Essex or something like that.
Yeah.
So I can come in, but then I still got like that peace of mind. Like I want that countryside. I want to be able to kind of just get out, stretch my legs. Like,
what about Reading?
Yeah, no, that's what people are doing now. They're finding commuter cities around London, like Reading.
Reading's like an hour, innit, on the train.
Yeah.
Like Reading,
Bristol as
Coventry,
well.
Milton Keynes. People are moving out to these like cities, St Albans, because they're good commuter cities into London, especially with Corona now. Everyone's moving out.
Buckinghamshire as well, innit?
Yeah.
Even like Hertfordshire, like I've seen loads of really good properties in Hertfordshire, and it's like with Milton Keynes, you were saying all the graduate jobs you always see them in Milton Keynes. They're always in Milton Keynes. The top ones are in Milton Keynes. If you can get a good property in Milton Keynes, do you know what you're eating?
It's true.
And then you get yourself a nice little whip into the city every now and then. You might have to pay congestion charge, but do you know what? You charge it.
If you're looking for properties in Milton Keynes, I specialize in Milton Keynes. Okay. So hit me up with that.
Nah, don't worry. I've actually set a budget this year. I'm gonna be shouting you at the end of the year. If you don't get me a pattern property, I'm gonna be vexed.
But I think like the trend is at the moment, even before Corona, like people were moving out of London into like commuter cities where it's like 45 minutes into the city. People would do a bit of work on the train, and like it's calm. It's not that bad. Prices outside of London, like house prices outside of London, are cheaper, obviously. But
what's happening with HS2?
That's
It's getting built.
I'm in a minute.
Yeah. Because
2022.
Can't lie. Once that's completed, you man are gonna see me in Birms. I'm gonna be a Villa season ticket holder, coming into the city, living it up.
What's gonna be mad?
It's like a high speed train that's coming from
Cool. Okay, yeah.
Get from London to Birmingham in like 45 minutes,
bruv. You need to get in quickly before. As soon as that's built, Birmingham house prices through the roof. Through the roof.
That's true.
Yeah,
we were talking about it the other day. It's gonna be sad though, like obviously environmental as well.
There's that side to things, but I mean, there's actually a lot of green space in the UK. I feel.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, in all the countryside, like between like here, like when you take a train from London to Birmingham, you see so much green space.
But like you even take a flight, and then like the first 20 mintes of the flight, you can see more of the UK, right? And it's mainly just Greenland. But you know, it's a give and take sort of thing.
So apart from London, like how do you guys feel about? Do you have something to say?
I don't know. I was going to say, me personally, right, in terms of like, you know, housing, I don't really think of that because I don't plan on like actually investing anything into this country. If I'm being honest,
you're so honestly, you were in my head. I was just about to transition to the moving out.
I don't plan on investing anything in this country at all because I just feel like I'd rather invest that money into my own country to develop it rather than developing this country. It's already developed already. Do you know what I'm saying? So
let's talk about
how
how
lit
lit
your country, man.
how lit is Ghana right now? How lit is Ghana right now? Every celebrity is in Ghana, living it up. Shout out to NSG for their new chop bar. Like that thing looks crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Ghana's lit right now.
Even Americans are getting on it. Like Meat
Mill wants to invest in. Like, no, Ghana's lit.
Good. Big up your president. Is it Nana? Big up Nana.
Oh, David, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Uncle Nans.
Let's not talk politics.
Let's not do that. I know where you're gonna go with this before. No.
But yeah, I think if people have the opportunity to invest in their home country, then go for it.
Do it, man. And take the experience, man.
And honestly, right, better now than later because everything right now is cheaper.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't want to wait till like the next 10 years because in the next 10 years, it's going to be very developed. You know what I'm saying? So
how many uncles or aunties do you speak to and they said, I should have gone back earlier? Exactly. Everyone always says I should have gone back earlier.
Exactly.
But in fact, aside from Africa, because we're predominantly African here, but Nathaniel, would you ever, like, thinking about the Philippines, would you invest back in the Philippines?
For me, property-wise, no.
Okay.
Just because it's so, like, everyone's into, like, apartments and condominiums and stuff. And it's all, for me, it's all the same. So, like,
you were trying to sell a property in the Philippines, I remember.
Yeah, I tried to do it. But, again, it was so hard to shift on because this apartment would be the exact same
as that apartment.
And it's like, if there's 30 other apartments for sale, like, why would you choose mine when it looks exactly the same as someone else's?
And you're trying to get a bit of profit, so your might be a little bit higher.
Exactly. So for me, property-wise, no. But for me, I want to do something charity-wise. So I want to set up a charity sometime in the future to be able to, like, give back to education-wise and housing-wise to be able to help people there, like
I'm
young
vexed. I'm vexed that he said that. Damn. All the girls are gonna be like, "Oh, that's cute." I'm vexed that he said that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Damn.
That's an unintended consequence of doing something like
damn.
that. But you know,
next time I'm out with people, I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about investing, starting a charity in Ghana." You know, like, that's just really me.
Yeah, but no, I wanna help people, like younger people who are up and coming and who have a drive and ambition.
Yeah,
just help them propel to where they want to get to.
It's true. No, you need to kind of look for your. Unfortunately, it's a dog eat dog world. Like a lot of people are exploiting the developing countries. Like I'm not gonna say Africa, but developing countries are being exploited in general. So if you're from a developing country, don't ever come here and just kind of get sucked into the idea of, oh, I'm here. Let me just kind of live my life here. Let me start my family here. Because when you do that, all you do is just give the rich and powerful more of a chance to come into your country. Just be. That's why I'm not gonna say, but that's why there's certain tanned man called Africa an S-hole, innit? That's why. It's because it's like we kind of make it easy to be exploited. So if you can invest back in there, because I know me, I've always been thinking about it. I'm like, my next steps probably will be Ghana. Like I feel like I am gonna go back because there's nothing here for me. I don't feel comfortable here. Like my home is there. Like I haven't been gone in like 10 years, but when I went back, it felt like I'd never left. Like I was walking through the market, I was just comfortable.
Literally, when
like,
you get back, it's so like, right.
Yeah.
This is home.
Touch me, G.
This is home.
Yeah, we'll do it telepathically, innit? But yeah.
I felt that still.
no, but me and David do have conversations about like kind of going back home, because going back home is important. I don't feel like a lot of us speak about it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I give myself the next 6-7 years, man.
Yeah.
To really have something quite firm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really looking into it right now still.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more and more opportunities anyway too, and then it gives you more of a reason to move back, and so yeah, I think if you get the opportunity to, then just do it.
I want to be that lit uncle that comes here for summer holiday. Man, I'll come and back you, man. I'll go carnival. I'll live in Peng hotels, and then as soon as it gets a bit cold, I was like, well, I'm off. I'm off.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing about the UK. The weather.
The weather.
I hate the weather in the UK, like with a passion. Like the cold and the rain. Like I want to move somewhere nicer.
Like where would you guys move to? Have you got an idea? Like, okay, so take aside like your home country. If you could go anywhere else, where would you go?
No, it would be Denver, Colorado.
Oh, we love it.
What, America?
Yeah, the States, man. Like,
that's a sticky one right
now. The media
now.
in that, like it's bad, I guess, out there in it. But I can't like when I went, I've been there twice. When I've been, I haven't experienced exactly
what's your
it's actually nice, as in like people are actually much nicer there than they are here.
Yeah, I kind of
Like,
agree,
literally.
but I think Canada's nicer.
It's got a balance of both London and America.
But Canada's just expensive. Canada's expensive though.
Shout out to my people from the 6 still.
Drake don't know you. Drake don't know you.
Man
He's aiming for Justin Bieber, not Drake.
You hit Justin Bieber, you're clear in Canada.
It's true.
You can't trust Drake sometimes if he's switching accents.
I'm talking P&D and a few other.
Oh wow. It's Presser from Canada.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Presser's from Canada.
I don't know. For me, I've always like wanted to work in like Singapore and
That's
like,
a shout.
That's a nice place. Or in Malaysia, because food wise is like I get everything I want.
He loves his food.
I love my food in it, but
that's one more time I see you on them dates there. It's not for the date. It's for your
it's
food.
just
You're
food,
enjoying
bro.
yourself.
I'm there for food, bro.
Not there for you.
Ladies, yeah. So he said charity, and he likes food, and if he can cook, I'm sorry, I'm not plugging him. He's focused on his business right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I think even if it was Europe, for me it's Switzerland. I want to go to Switzerland.
I've always known that you'd say Switzerland. Switzerland's a shout. Because Switzerland's kind of the next up financially anyway.
Yeah, no, I think it's like the financial hub of Europe anyway. But yeah, Switzerland, I've been there, and it's a beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah, like they're efficient with the trains and everything. Like Switzerland's on point.
It's just anywhere but the UK is clean, innit?
And people are actually nice. People are actually nice in Europe. Apart from like when you go to different countries, they're more patriotic. They're more proud of where they're from. Like they expose you to their culture. Like
they're
other
more
countries,
open-minded.
Yeah, like you go to Amsterdam. Like take aside obviously what people go to Amsterdam for. But there's culture. There's people riding bikes. Like there's so much in Amsterdam. Like if I asked you to tell me British culture right now, what are you saying? Like
I couldn't go to somewhere with like very mad difference in culture, like different language and stuff like that. So somewhere like China, I wouldn't mind, but I'd be quite intimidated.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, I don't know if a lot of people speak English there and stuff like that, or whatever country where they don't speak a lot of English. I feel like it's very hard.
No, of course, but like, again, it's.
That's what I'm saying. It's me in it. I just find it hard.
But I think that it's always about, as a human being, it's actually down to your internal drive. Like, because Mandarin's the most spoken language in the world, isn't it?
So most people in it.
Like, so you I think you more often than, as British people, we kind of think, oh, everyone should speak English, but more often than not, if you actually learn to speak another language, you boss yourself in a way that you wouldn't even understand.
That's one thing about British people that pisses me off. They're not open-minded enough. So say you go to Ghana, they're not trying to learn one word of anything.
No, do you speak English? Shut up, man.
Yeah, like learn at least like hello, goodbye, thank you. Like, those are the basics, and that goes a long way.
When we went to Cyprus, I remember we went to the corner shop. The first thing I was like, bro, like, how'd you say this? How'd you say that? And I was using it. Like, for us, it's about when you go somewhere different, appreciate their culture, because you've gone somewhere, you're actually in their space, taking up their space. Yeah, you're spending money, but like learn it, experience the whole culture rather than just be narrow-minded.
Go there, go in your sunglasses, shades, hat on. Do you know what I mean? You're buying a burger. Let me tell you a story. Man was in Spain, and I see one. Who is it again? Yeah, I'm getting some ice cream.
Yeah,
and the person's like, I'm like, oh, hola, puedo tener, please can I have, please can I have, puedo tener,
yeah.
He says, oh, good, you're trying. Like, all I hear is people not even
trying,
just hi, that
exactly.
and that.
Like, you appreciate it. People do appreciate trying.
So if you guys had the opportunity to go like China or somewhere right now, would you take it?
Yeah.
Really?
100%.
What's like to actually migrate there?
Bruv, I'm all open for trying different places. I've tried this, and I know
with no hesitation at all.
Bro, give me the ticket. I'm gone.
There's an opportunity.
I'm gone. And if the money makes sense, I'm gone.
I mean, I'll have to think about that. That's
China.
Yeah, that's a lot. Man.
I'd go Cuba.
I'm sorry.
Hey, each to their own. It doesn't have to be anywhere.
It doesn't have to be
Cuba's lit.
Yeah,
Cuba is lit.
Panama's lit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just means like an opportunity to move abroad. Like,
move abroad, like where we take it. Yeah, like I'm down. I'm down for what. I'm honestly, as Pop Smoke, RP Pop Smoke says, I'm down for whatever. Like I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, real talk. But we'll leave that till next time.
We'll leave that.
Charge it.
Yeah. Nah. It's been good having you, man, here now. And shout out to you, man, for the studio. The studio was amazing.
What's the studio?
Soapbox.
Yeah,
we got man.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. Nathaniel's got it in it.